So I want to talk about the Yuzuki's Four Sons because this has honestly been a really surprisingly good anime from this fall season. This is something I was not really expecting, but when I watched the first episode, I already could tell that it was going to be really great. Yes, I know the first episode had problems with subtitles, but that was kind of like across the whole board. It had problems with subtitles. But besides that, it's a really great story. If you've not seen the Yuzuki's Family's Four Sons, go watch it. You can watch it on Crunchyroll, you know, or you can watch it at other means that want to go on. But yes, it's been really great. And it's a really great story because it follows four brothers that lost their parents when they were younger. And one of the brothers that was way older than all the other ones because he's an adult. The other ones are still in middle school and one's in elementary. And he basically has to raise all of them because with the parents out of the picture, he's stuck with like having to raise his little brothers because there's nobody else that could really raise them. Yeah, he could have them maybe go off to like family, but then they would be split up. So he's basically taking charge and he's like, yo, I'm gonna raise my brothers. We basically get to see how all the brothers are dealing with their parents not being there anymore because trust me, they all have some type of trauma from the past of either remembering stuff from their parents. Even the younger brother, because we see that early on when he wants to go to a fireworks festival because the last time he went there he was like a little baby basically and he wanted to see one, and we saw that all the other brothers, they took notice and eventually they all went to the fireworks thing. And we see the second youngest brother, sometimes he goes to the extreme to like try and help out his baby brother the most, and we see how hard the older brother has to work to take care of him, and it shows like how much he's had to learn either with cooking, cleaning, all these other things that he probably would have never really had to do besides of course the cooking and clean. I mean, like he has to learn like a lot of other stuff when it comes to like basically raising kids because he's not used to that because he never had to raise them because he was in college when his parents passed away, and then he had to like change his whole lifestyle, and that's why a lot of stuff has changed for him. I mean, now he's a teacher, and we saw one episode that really at one point made me mad because he goes back to like a class reunion for high school, and like all these girls and all this stuff, they're all trying to holler at him, but then he gets to talking about his four brothers and how he has to take care of them, and then they all get weirded out, and then we hear later on in the bathroom they're over here trying to say he sounds like an auntie and all this other, and I'm like, no. I was like, why are y'all trying to talk that bad about him when he's actually, you know, doing something really good? He just loves his brothers because that's what's happened. That's became his whole life now since his parents passed away. He's learned how to take care of his brothers, and he really just loves his brothers, and that's why this series is just so goddamn wholesome. And I mean, sometimes they be hitting like getting really sad because one of the things that happens in that same episode is the other three little brothers, they all basically get a cake and they basically celebrate his birthday for him. It was a really heartwarming scene, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Or the Uta and Miento arc, when we see that Uta, that's Miento's best friend, we see that she gets a boyfriend, and we see that these two start drifting apart, and we see that he's really going through it because he does not want to lose his friend because that's his best friend. We even learn stuff about their past, like how at first when she first moved to this town, they really weren't like that cool of friends. They weren't really like that. She thought that he was annoying, and then we saw eventually they became closer and closer, especially when he said that his parents passed away. He basically found out the reason why Uta was acting the way she was is because of the divorce that her parents had, but then you found out her dad wasn't shit. And then it was even funny because because he told the mom, he's like, yeah, so dad's friend, they used to take me out and get food, and she was like, and the mom got mad. It was kind of funny. But yes, their arc was actually really good, especially they were fighting because they got into a little fight, and it was actually a pretty good fight. I can't lie, they were throwing hands, just saying, they really were. And also this anime be having some really amazing animation scenes, and especially some of the art style it takes. I really love that. Like this is one scene when Miento and Uta are running away from like their house because they found out some information about the little brother, because the little brother was trying to keep a secret with his friend Waka, and then the granddad was trying to keep it a secret, and you saw they learned this secret and they're running, and they did like this crazy trippy scene that I was just like, it looks amazing. But yes, overall this has been a great anime, and it's been really wholesome, and I look forward to it every single week because each episode's been so goddamn good, and I just love the way they're handling this because yes, you have your sad moments, but we're just seeing this wholesome side of these four brothers, and we just to see how like basically all of them do love each other, and we see that sometimes they have to sacrifice stuff, and then sometimes they have to hide stuff, and we see all these different feelings that all of them have because all of them really have a lot of different feelings because of their parents passing away, and we get to see how each brother has to deal with their parents passing away, and especially like the oldest brother, because the oldest brother, he's actually been, you know, he was with the parents the longest because he was a full adult by the time that the parents passed away. So I mean, he spent the most time with them, so him missing them, like, you know, he's gonna feel it kind of like the most because he had like, I'll say the, you know, he's with them the longest, so he kind of would feel it more than the other brothers, but at the same time the other brothers are young, so like they need their parents, and that's why the older brother steps up because he's learned from his parents. Because there's one thing where he's thinking about like a past thing that his mom did when she's like saying, oh, I wish we could have done such and such for you while we were growing up, because when they had him, I mean, they were struggling. You saw that they were, because all the other brothers, he's like 26 I think, and the next oldest is like 13 or something around that that line. So you see there's a big age gap, and it shows that like when he was like younger, he did not have the same childhood that his other little brothers had because the parents were not like well off at that point. And we get to see like backstories like that. Or we see like the backstory of the second oldest brother, that he felt a certain type of way when his little brother that's like a year younger than him, not even a year, like a few months kind of younger than him, was getting more attention than him and was treated as the baby because he wasn't the baby anymore. And we get to see like how he basically grew up to basically have a brother complex in a way, but not really no crazy brother complex, but he just loves his brothers. But yeah, this has really been a great anime. If you guys have been watching this, let me know how y'all feel about this, because I feel like more people need to talk about this, because this has arguably been one of the best anime of the season. It's so goddamn good, and it's so wholesome. Like, I'm happy we get to see this wholesome family, and we get to see all the things they go through, because trust me, they have the struggles, but it's been a really amazing watch. But like I said earlier, if you want to watch this on Crunchyroll, or you can hop on a pirate ship and watch it that way too though. But this has really been a fantastic watch, and it's something I look forward to each week because it's so goddamn good. It comes on every Thursday, and I love watching it, and I love seeing all the brothers interact, and I love seeing even some of the other characters interact with them, because Minato and Uta's relationship is really amazing, because it just shows a really good male and female best friend relationship dynamic, and it just shows like how they just vibe with each other, and I love that. And even seeing the youngest brother and Waka vibe with each other, I like that too. And even the youngest brother being friends with the one neighbor, because we saw that the one neighbor was by himself for a long time and he basically saw like how the brothers were struggling. He wanted to help them, but like he never really went out there to talk until he saw the youngest brother like by himself outside of his house. So he finally went and talked to him. We got that connection there, and then we saw that the grandfather actually has a family, and that's Saki and Uta and Waka, and we get introduced to them. And also Saki's the mom of Uta and Waka, and we see her have funny moments when she interacts with some of the brothers, especially with the oldest brother, because after the oldest brother had that class reunion, he met her, and like she was like, yo, why are you so sad? And then they went out drinking, and then it's like the other time when Minato was looking all sad, she saw him, and like he tried to say, he was like, oh, Uta's in love, and she was just laughing because like she knows her daughter, and she's like, yeah, she's not in love. So yeah, there's a lot of funny moments. But I will say one other thing I got to mention about the Uta arc is the boyfriend that she had. The one thing that really pissed me off is the boyfriend basically told her, it's like, oh, can you start acting more girly and all this other stuff, because he was basically trying to say like, yo, I like you, but I want you to act a different type of way and not your usual self. And that's why Uta was basically depressed throughout that whole thing, because she was feeling really sad, because she's like, is this what relationships are supposed to be? And it's like, no, you should not have to change yourself for somebody else. You should be yourself. So yeah, that was like one of them parts I was just like, yeah, your boyfriend was an asshole at that point. But I mean, she did leave him. We saw that Uta and Minato actually got way closer again, because like they actually explained what happened and all this other stuff, and like they both cried to each other. It was a really sad moment, I can't lie. I was like, oh my gosh. But yes, it's been great though. But yeah, let me know how y'all feel about this anime in the comments. But if you haven't been watching, like I said already, go watch it on Crunchyroll. You can hop on a pirate ship and watch it that way too though. Enjoy the video, you could like. If you didn't, you could dislike, subscribe, all that mess. But yeah, this anime has really been great, and it's been one of the best anime of the season though. But yes, thank you for watching. See you next video though. Bye.